Hey guys, it's Matt here from Henry Shine, just making a quick video from next week, which is going to be, I don't know, midway through September. 3shape will be releasing a new software update. So currently for all of our Trios and VHF Z4 users, there will be a little bit of a change up coming. Obviously this change up will only happen if you update your 3shape software. So currently, if I were to share my screen, so your current workflow for your Trios, if you were to send it directly to the mill, then obviously you would come in, you would create your order form. Your order form would be that you would highlight the crown, you would choose your material that you'd send to the mill, you choose your shade, you choose VHF Z4. You do your workflow, do your margin and whatnot, and at the very, very end, and it gives you the option to add in your block, choose your milling strategy, and then end up sending directly to the mill. So everyone that's got a VHF Z4 will know that workflow. This is how you've been doing it for the last 5 years. So 3shape have released 3shape Produce. So you can choose your block, you can choose your milling strategy, and then you'd hit Produce. And you all know that that job would end up in the mill. So you know that particular workflow. Okay. So next week, if you upgrade to Produce, what happens is this part with the block will be deleted. So you no longer have this block workflow. 3shape have released Produce so that it's easier to integrate in with more machines and more 3D printers rather than the current software that they use, which is called Cambridge. So if you didn't want to pay any VHF software upgrades, there is a way that you can do it free. So if we do it free, you would set up your order form very similar to how you have in the past, but rather than choosing the Z4, you choose your crown. And instead of the material being one of those materials down the bottom, you choose one of 1, 2, 3, 4 generic materials up the top, which will allow it to save as an STL. So if I were to choose generic glass ceramic and then generic mill, rather than having the send option up the top, it will give you the save option. So when you come in and you get to the end, let's just go back so it actually produces a cam output again. Let's go next. Open folder. So you can see what happens is when it's done this way, we'll choose an output folder for the crown to be saved to. If you remote desktop into the mill, so if I were to close that, so usually you would type in remote desktop. This is my computer name, but you click on the VHF mill name. So you would be remote desktoping into your mill like this. Once you remote desktop into there, you can choose your material out of your options here. So now you can see there's a lot more material options in the VHF software for you to choose from. But if we were to choose Lissy, or if you were to choose Katana, because Katana's in here now, you can. But for Lissy, you can choose the 14 mil block. You can add that block into your workflow. Then by clicking here, you're moving it into your workflow. You're highlighting your crown. Generally, we'll have this preset to be certain things. So once that's all preset like that, basically your crown will show up here, or you'll have to search for it in that folder. The newer version, double click on it and the crown will show down there. And then we're going to click here and that's going to move the crown into our block. If you pay for the VHF software upgrade from Cam 7 to Cam 8, which is it's going to be a slightly different version than this, a little bit more simple. That will get you integrated in with Produce. If you don't upgrade your VHF software, this will be your workflow. So if you hold left click down and use scroll on your mouse, that's how you can rotate that around. And then you come into here, you add your sprue, and then you adjust the sprue up or down, and then you send that to the mill. So that's your workflow if you wanted to send directly to the mill. without having the TDS or Trios Design Studio connection. So yeah, so there's either from next week, you either stay on your 3shape software, do your traditional send to the mill, and at some stage, maybe down the track, you might have to upgrade. If you upgrade and you don't pay any software upgrade fee on the VHF side, you can do that second part of the workflow, which I just showed you. If you then upgrade to produce and you upgrade and pay for your VHF software to upgrade from Cam 7 to the newest version of Cam 8, then it's a simple case of when we remote log in, I believe instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps in your workflow, I think it's got 3 or 4 in the newest version of the VHF software. But that's being released next week as well as the 3shape software. So I can't show either of you or anyone that particular workflow. But either way, they're your 2 options from next week, your 2 free options. Your paid option will be to upgrade Cam 7 VHF software, which will usually be like a gray color, to the newest version of Cam 8, and then it will be a more simplified version. In the current version of VHF software, this folder doesn't refresh, so you've got to search for that STL file. In the newer version of VHF, there's a service running in the background, and it will refresh every 2 to 3 seconds, and it will actually see the file in there. So there's less clicks from there forward. And I believe these 2 icons are the same workflow, and I believe these 2 are also the same workflow. So it cleans up that workflow a little bit. So that's it, guys. That's my video. Obviously, I'll have hopefully another video soon showing produce, but that's a video for today, giving you an idea of the particular workflow that you'll have to do if you didn't want to pay for an upgrade.